Hi there. In this video what we're going to talk about is customizing WordPress. This is going to be how to customize WordPress after an initial installation, and some of the things we'll talk about are changing the name of the site and the title, changing the time and date settings, the size of the post area, go over the main page, some of the discussion settings, privacy, and permalinks. So let's hop into WordPress. So here we have our blog that was just installed, and a couple of things we're going to change are the header title. This is the name of our blog, and this is our tagline. Let's hop into the admin area. So after we log in, we end up on the dashboard, and initially what we want to do is go into settings and start customizing our blog. So our title is going to be right here. This is what we want to change. So change the title and change the tagline also. So we've changed the title and tagline, and what we're going to do is just hit save, and let's refresh the front page and see what it looks like. So here's what we changed: our title. So we've got a title and our tagline, and now we're going to go back into the back end. We're going to leave our URL the same. Our email address is if we want to receive emails at a different address for new user notifications and for comment. This option changes our membership so that anybody can register, and what the role of anybody that just registered will be. Time zone for our blog, and the date format. So we'll change our date format to month, day, year instead of spelling out the month. And we're going to change our time format to an uppercase. And the day of our week, we'll start it on Sunday. So we'll save these changes again. Take a look at the front page. Actually, the only place the date change in time is going to show up is on a comment of a post, which we can see here. We just changed the date format to read a little bit differently, which was the day then month instead of the normal month or day. So by changing that, we can see that on our comments and when our week starts and our time for. Now we can also see that our day of the week starts on is Monday, and we can change that right here by changing it to Sunday, save changes. Now we start on Sunday like a normal calendar. Now we're going to go into the writing section, and here we're going to change the size of our post box. Now what this is when we go to post a new blog post on our blog, we get this post area right here. This is where we type a new post, and you can see it is only 10 lines long. So if we are typing a longer post, we're going to run out of space. It'll start to scroll. If we want to change that, all we have to do is go back to settings, writing, and we can change this to 20 lines. We can also put smileys into our text automatically by converting common smiley characters into smileys. Most of this other stuff we're not going to go over at this point. We will go ahead and save this, and now we can look at our post area and see that we now have 20 columns here instead of 10. So that's where to change that. We're going to go into the reading area now, and this is what is displayed on our front page. So right now, when we go to our website, our new blog, what is displayed here is the newest blog post. Now if we want to change that, we can change it to a static page, and this will make our blog display the page that we chose here. So this can be used for displaying a static page on the front of your site whenever somebody comes to it, instead of a new blog post. And this would be if you wanted to use your site more as a content management site instead of a blog style site. And we can control the number of blog posts. If we were displaying blog posts on the front, we could just display 1 or 10 or how many ever. We can decide if we want to display the full text of the blog post or just the summary on the front. Now we'll move into discussion. This is for comments that people can leave on your blog post. So this would be a comment here, and this is where we would leave another comment. And we can control the default article settings, which is when we post an article we have the option to allow comments on that specific blog post or article. We can set the default here so we don't have to double check and make sure that we enabled or disabled comments and other settings relating to comments. We can also blacklist certain email addresses or IP addresses from commenting on our blog so that we don't get overridden by spam. And we can also show different avatars. So when somebody uses a comment on our blog, the default is this avatar here, but what we can do is set it to be, we can have it not show avatars, or we can leave it blank, or we can use a gravatar, which gravatar is a avatar system or site that you load your avatar into, and it shows on any site that uses gravatars. So those are some of the settings for comments or discussion. Now we'll move into media, which is basically just the size of our images that get uploaded, and we can change the default sizes of our thumbnail, medium size, and large size. The defaults usually work for me. Privacy, this is how our blog shows up on Google or not. If as default it blocks search engines from going through your blog, and it won't show up on Google, it won't show your content on Google unless you click I would like my blog to be visible. So if you want people to be able to search for your blog, you need to check this box here. Very important. If not, Google will not show any content of your site on Google. Permalinks. Now this is how our website URL as a default looks out of the box. And you can see that it's our URL $p equals 123, which means post equals, and it basically WordPress will give your post a random post number, which works fine, but it's not very pretty looking, and Google or Yahoo or any other search engines don't really care for the way this is displayed because it doesn't give them any information about what the post is about. What I usually use is a category, so the URL /category/postname. So if our category is widgets and our post name is super shiny new widgets, our URL would be blog.com/widgets/super shiny new widgets, and this would tell the search engine about our post. And because it's in the post name and the URL, Google thinks that this is very important about our post and will relate it with the rest of the content on our blog. So that's a very important aspect of pleasing the search engines. So the custom structure is /%category %/%postname %/, and that will post as your URL /category/postname, or you can just do postname, but category works also. And under miscellaneous, this is basically just where our content gets uploaded to, as far as images and other files that a widget may install. So this is how to customize WordPress out of the box, and in another video we'll cover a little bit more of making our first post and doing some further modifications.